Texas, look behind you, 'cause that's where the Rangers gonna be.
Score, but Melbourne been very good defensively today. No space, no players on the lead, just kicking it long into the forward line today.
Tight struggle here at the Adelaide Oval. Jenkins, Alice Yeoman, what a player he has become in a very short period of time. Douglas, this time Walker, Marco free kick.
Well, that was a genuine contested mark. I think that paid the free before he marked it. But
he's off and around route, and he's putting it through. And that's what the Crows need to really get going.
he did that last week, Tex Walker, when he took a mark in a very similar position. Instead of going back on the good side for a right footer to kick a drop punt, he chooses to play on, which I'll let Jason Dunstan answer why he thinks he should or shouldn't do that.
You can see the tug of jumpers. That would have been a free kick if he didn't mark it. He's on a tight angle. I mean, if you're on that sort of angle, there's no problems running out to create better angle. He's comfortable doing it. But I like the kick from Douglas because it isolated Walker in a one-on-one contest.
Yeah, very rare opportunity where he's had a one-on-one today, Tex, but did it beautifully there.
Now to the third term, they've got something to be excited about. Game high as far as the Crows are concerned. The lead now is 9 points.
Oh, he's kicked the wrong way.
He thinks he's still playing for the Crows. Bernie, wake up.
That's funny.
Smith through the middle. Thompson.
It won't be funny if they get a goal out of this 4-0 forward. That's the worry.
Wonder if Tex will go and say something.
He actually, in the first game against Adelaide last year, he ran to the Adelaide bench and they said, over this way.
They have a laugh, don't you? Every now and then you do get disorientated out on the footy field.
Come on, Ron.
I'm trying to look after him.
9 points the difference. Jacobs, it's still danger time for Melbourne. Vandenberg heaves it onto the boot. Jens had a difficult time, but didn't he take it well? Jacobs happy to swing it inboard. Brown goes for the square, goes for Walker. And Big Tex, it all opens up for him. The Demons left in his wake. He's put through another.
Let's hope for Demons fans this is not a sign of things to come. They've been fantastic for 60 minutes. There's no excuses to come out at the start of the third quarter and have 2 goals kicked on you in 2 minutes and 30 seconds. They've just got to lift. They've got to get back to winning some ground ball, winning a hold of possession. Great pick-up by Jens. Super pick-up. And Brown probably could have run a bit further and had a shot on goal himself. But Tex, a good pack mark and a good goal.
There's a bit of collateral damage too, wasn't there, in the wake as the Melbourne players got in each other's way. Desperate, trying to stop Tex Walker, but they couldn't.
Kick 2 now, Hutto. Hadn't had a big game, but could finish that way. Fresh Adelaide in contested ball, 130 to 106. Ground balls, which is what Phil Walsh measures, 78 to 103. So Melbourne convincing in those 2 areas.
There's Wright with a little manoeuvre. It was clever. Oh, got through the cracks, out the back. Here's Taylor Walker, was going to kick, was going to handball. He kicked, he goal.
Well, I'd like to see a replay of that because it looked like Dangerfield took a couple of Melbourne players out and just moved the pack. I'm not quite sure whether it was legal or not, but what it did do was open it up for Taylor Walker. You just have a look at Paddy Dangerfield as he crashes the pack and this kick comes in. He just takes a couple of them out of it.
Yeah, could have been a free, but not paid.
Opened it up nicely though.
Good finish for Walker.
Lynch played a part too, didn't he?
Yeah, a bit stiff there, but smart by Walker.
He's ended up with, well, he's got 3 goals so far. So despite all the outstanding play by McDonald, he's still kicked 3. Blistering opening quarter. Now the contest has got closer, but that advantage could well be decisive. Alice Yeoman didn't get all of it as he kicked it to half forward. Entwined in there was Dangerfield. Got the back to Lynch. He was able to turn fully around. There was 2 Crows at the top of the square. Walker couldn't handle it. Great work, McRae.
Johannisen was brilliant then. Brilliant.
Talia. And John got crunched. Dalhouse are out muscling them again around the contest.
Too good.
Out to Cordy as they team up so well. And Grant gives them something to go to on the wing and decides to go with the flow. Sol Rovat up the creek there. Quick handball for Ellis Yeoman. Van Berlo. Now Taylor Walker removed Talia before the footy arrived.
Yeah, just off the ball was really good strength there from Taylor Walker, but I know Rovat got ran down, but I still like it from the Bulldogs. They're run and carry. They're running at the Adelaide zone. They're taking them on because handball receives 59. The Bulldogs only 39 to Adelaide. Great strength off the ball from Taylor Walker on Talia.
So here is Taylor Walker. 17 goals from 7 games here at Etihad Stadium. And that's a crisp shot for goal. His first and his team's third.
Yeah, well, that was his first marking attempt, Taylor Walker.
First mark. He's had a couple of
marking attempts, but there's the first one. Didn't really keep the eyes on the ball there, Taylor Walker. But look, I didn't mind the run and carry. It was a great tackle there from Yench.
That's a serious tackle.
That's a great tackle. That's what we've come to see in the first 3 rounds.
Really, to not allow the Crows to get goals here. Just feel like someone's got to stand up and just break the shackles for the Crows.
Pittard again. Ryder under it, fisted clear. Douglas gives it up. McKay hands it over. Lynch passes this one to Walker.
Do yourself a favour, Tex. Don't try and steer this one through 5 metres off the ground. Kick right through it, kick it over the top of the goalpost and try and put it up into the oak trees.
Absolute silence for the kick. And now he pumps up the volume.
Well, 22 inside 50s before you get a goal. That is not what you call efficient football. Usually you're trying to get it about 25 to 30-odd%. 1 goal 5 for the quarter. It's been a massive quarter. They really have dominated possession, but it's taken until 25-minute mark before they convert, Dwayne.
Big 2 minutes 26 coming up here. Steal a bit of momentum back at halftime. Margin cut back to 17. 12-4. Broadbent, there's the straight down the middle to Lobie. Lobie's up.
Oh.
Ellis Yeoman got one high. Adelaide's free. Crowd on the edge of their seats.
Sloane's on.
Got Henderson out wide.
Well, there's really no tall player down there, so they just can't long bomb.
Walker.
There he is, finally on the lead.
Well, he kicked a big goal in that second quarter. He has to go back and kick this one as well, the skipper. Should get the distance.
He knows how important it is. 53,000 here. Know how important it is. Hasn't had a massive evening at the office just yet. He's the captain. Needs to give them momentum. And he rises on the big stage.
Hasn't had a massive night, but he's had a reasonable night. He's starting to look a little bit dangerous as the kicking efficiency gets better. They'll be able to find those little leads like they got him there. He's kicked 2-2 now, the big Tex. Starting to strike him a bit better. Good little pass by Ellis Yeoman. And they stay within range.
football royalty in South Australia. The Gold Coast kicked the first goal. Adelaide have kicked the last 4. And they get the clearance. Lions to Walker, lace out.
And you get the journey from here. You have to kick from 55. Dangerfield's looking to get off his man and lead.
Should be able to kick the distance here, Big Tex, if he gets onto it.
It's a still night, probably if anything just into a zephyr of a breeze.
Couple of muffled boos, that's about it. Gets plenty on it. It's long. 5 goals in a row for the Adelaide Crows. Riscatelli from behind, and that's a good mark front spot lead.
Just need to give it a bit more flight there, Shaw, didn't he? Put it up there and put it on a little Lairdy's head so that Riscatelli could get over the top and take the grab.
He's done that on a couple of occasions now, Laird. Doesn't mind just dropping into that hole. That's a great kick.
Bad defense.
Loose check.
Van Berlo takes off. Will Wright go for this? He's up. Harbrow knocked it down. Rains, Dangerfield stripped him of it. Charlie Cameron, Eddie Betts, and Taylor Walker in the pocket.
Well, he went for goal there, Eddie, and kicked it on the wrong side of the Sharon, but lucky Tex was in the right spot.
This is about the spot Charlie Dixon kicked that goal late in the first term. Just turned himself side on, as looks like Taylor Walker's going to do as well. Just drags it around.
And he slots it. Fantastic composure.
Well, he was in the right spot there, Tex, and got the goal. He's got some really good tough work just to keep the ball moving forward.
Keep the door open. Rains floats it. Jacobs, Laird, Cheney, Wright. They've really stepped it up though, Adelaide. And they've threatened to blow this one out. Lynch heads wide to Walker in a good spot with good hands.
Too strong, too big, just got rid of his direct opponent. And just had one of the smaller defenders, I think it was Saad, just took an easy mark over the top. For his own confidence, needs to go back and kick this one.
Hasn't looked as sharp as he was in those first couple of weeks, the big fella, mind you. They were 2 brilliant weeks, but...
Yeah, only 8 goals total in 4 games since his big opening. 2 goals last week, but he's kicking for his 3rd. And he sneaks it in, and he's sniffing a bag. Cut off by Lynch. To Rains.
Look at the sideways movement.
To Russell. A little juggler. To Clay Cameron.
So this next one, they have to go into the corridor. Take this one on. That's the one they had to attempt.
Well, he's within range. He doesn't go for it to Walker. That'll do.
If you move...
Eddie wants it. He's got 5. Eddie's one way, then the other. Walker's ignored him. He's turned his back.
I think Tex wanted to give it to him, then in the end turned his back and thought, I might as well have a shot myself.
He's had a couple of chances, Ed. You don't deserve to get it. If the Gold Coast move it sideways, though, they've got to have blokes run across to the other side so they can do the next kick.
That's what he has ahead of him. You've got the best seat in the house. Straight through the middle.
Let's have a look at the top 5 marks inside forward 50 on the ground. Tex Walker with 7, Charlie Dixon 4, Betts 4.
That's where the Rangers gonna be.